Whoa. Let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's go back to our YouTube studio. Figure out how to share this link, and then we can watch some college football title games and kick it. Can we kick it? Yeah. Can we kick it? What up? How you doing, folks? All right, here we go. There we go. Let's share this link. Ooh, I should probably do this again with it sideways, huh? This up and down stuff is not very good, is it? I guess it doesn't matter, does it? Does it matter? Should I start over? Go this way? Oh well. We'll just roll with what we got. Okay. All right. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Yo, some of my guys that I'm looking at for the Cowboys are out here getting smoked. Not ideal. It is not ideal. Okay. Which player for these teams do you think Cowboys should get? Okay, great question. Kind of why I wanted to do this. I think that the two most likely are Christian Fulton, number 1 for LSU, the corner, and LSU number 7, Grant Delpit. But neither one of them is really getting their shine on right now. It's not ideal. Not ideal for my guys. I know there's a lot of people that are high on that Clemson corner, Terrell. I haven't studied him yet. But the first thing that goes in his notes is going to be can't cover Jamar Chase to save his life. But Jamar Chase is a stud. He'll be a first rounder a year from now. Unfortunately, only 2 years in college. You're not allowed in the NFL yet. Do you think the Cowboys would actually get a safety? Yeah, I do. What's up, Paul? Yeah, I think the Cowboys would actually get a safety. If that's the best guy available, I think they'll take a safety, for sure. Yeah. So the most likely would be Xavier McKinney at Alabama and Grant Delpit. Those are considered the two best, and I've watched them, and they're both good. I don't think either one of them would be in my top 17 players, but they're both good. Safety or DT. Let's see here. We're back, MFers. What you got, Burrow? Well, I tell you, Joe Burrow throws darts. Randy Moss's kid is out here. Yeah, Jeremy. Delpit has not been a good tackler this year. He was better at football last year than he was this year. But this year he had an ankle bother him. I think he had a shoulder for a while. I'll tell you what, Jefferson, the LSU receiver, if you want to take a guy in the 2nd or 3rd round, that's not a bad name. But the dude is Jamar Chase. He's just not allowed to come out yet. T. Higgins, the Clemson wide receiver, I bet he goes somewhere between 17 and 51. That's between the two Cowboy picks. So, look at Clemson. Get after Burrow. Yes, give us a game. I saw people saying that this game is too long. Like, oh my gosh, it's taking too long. I'll watch 12 hours of this game. I'll do 12 hours of this game. Jefferson's just a good player, man. It's kind of like my Gallup thing from a year ago, where I don't know that he has any one trait where it's like, hey, let me tell you why he's going to be incredible. But, like, he's a steady route runner. He's athletic enough. He catches everything. He's just a good player. That's some catch interference on LSU. That'll be a penalty for you. Yep. Oh, CD Lamb over T. Higgins for sure for me. I'm scared of the big wide receiver. I've been scared of the big wide receiver for a while. I'm not scared of T. Higgins. I do think he's a baller because he's not. Because I think he'll also run in the 4.4s. So I'm a Higgins believer, but I think CD Lamb is a monster. I think CD Lamb's special. That dude catches everything, can run every route, and he is hell after the catch. I see DeAndre Hopkins with CD. That's what I see. There's an easier way to see my chat box. Where's my chat box? Here we go. Here we go. Delpit or McKinney? I'm not done watching them, but after my first, I've studied about 2 games of each, and I actually lean Delpit. Xavier McKinney, the Alabama safety, there's no doubt he's a better tackler, and he's more aggressive and a more willing tackler, more physical. But to me, Delpit in coverage is a better cover guy with better coverage instincts, and that leads to turnovers. So I got Delpit just ahead of McKinney at the moment, but I'm not done. It's early in the process. The first Trusted Tape episode is going to be on Wednesday. It'll be Broadus and I. Oh, ow, that looks like it hurt. No, T, get up. No, T. I bet money on you guys. T. Higgins caught a slant and got hit. Did he get hit low? Is that a knee? That's not good. Ooh, the hip. That was Delpit that hit him, though. Look at that. Yeah, so Delpit, like, he's not a great open field tackler, and I think he's made some business decisions this year, but like that play on Higgins, when he has an opportunity to lay a lick, Delpit will lay a lick. He's not scared of contact at all. He just likes to be in control of who's doing the hitting. Edwards-Helaire in the 4th. I think that is too late. I think Edwards-Helaire will go before that. I did a mean running back tweet earlier, which I'm really sorry. I know people like running backs and they're cool. I like running backs. I just don't like to pay for them because there's so many that can do the job that you don't need to pay a bunch of money. Edwards-Helaire in the 3rd round. ETN is probably going to be a 2nd round pick. The Clemson back, he's a stud. And they make no money for 4 years. They make nothing. There's no reason to pay a running back. There's too many good ones. Look at Lawrence. Get out of there, you galloping gazelle. Get out of there, you galloping gazelle. No, Brad. Delpit does not look great tonight. Delpit is small. Delpit's like 6'1", 207, I believe. What's up, Ready Red? Let me see. What else do I have here? Trade down for McKinney? Yeah, I'm down for that. Jeremy, what do you think about Rager? Think he's a possibility on day 2? If Jalen Rager, TCU wide receiver, gets to number 51, I am about that life. I'm about that life. Riley, that's a good question. If Fulton fell out of the 1st round. Out of the guys I've watched, the secondary guys, I love picking at 17 because you're going to get to pick a guy that you have graded as a 1st round player. But I wonder when I start getting through these DNs if I won't start thinking that's going to be the pick or maybe a D tackle. Because I like Fulton. I like Trevon Diggs at Alabama. But I don't know if I want to use number 17 on him. If they're back at 27, heck yeah. But at 17, For me, they'll be the guys that I cheat. I'll cheat when I'm doing my grades. I'll probably have like 12 first rounders, and then I'll use that 1-2, cheat my butt off, and that's where I'll have Fulton and Diggs 1st/2nd. ETN's a badass. I just wouldn't use a 1st rounder on a run back. Stomp's here, Kyle. You better believe it. She's walking around. Stomp. Yeah, she's up in this piece. There you go, Clemson. Get in the end zone. I'm trying to cover. I got $50 on this thing. +5. I just took the lead. Let's go. What a great game. Any love for the two local guys from the slot, Proche or Duvernay? I've watched Duvernay. I haven't studied him, but I've watched him a lot live, and I've studied like less than one game of his. I like him. The production's great. He'll catch everything. He's kind of unique. He's kind of like a running back playing receiver. I bet he goes on day 2. I would guess. If I just have to guess, I'll say early third round, something like that. I'll take Duvernay. I don't know where Dave and Brian are sitting, but Hellman brought us here at the game, brought us texted me and said Hellman's going to get us in a fight, but I'm going to defend him. Oh, yeah, get that 2-point conversion. Let's go, Clemson. Oh, we are boogieing now. There's a ton of talent in this thing, though. Who's our 4-2 guy to draft at receiver? Well, Ruggs is going to run a 4-2. If Ruggs is on the board at 17, you'd have to pick him there because he won't last much longer. Such a weird projection though for Henry Ruggs because it's 700-something yards, you know? And I get it, you're playing with another first-round receiver. And I tell you what, the kid that went back to school for them, Devontae Smith, I bet he's a first-rounder next year. I don't know why he went back to school. He's a baller. But, I mean, I guess everybody can't have 1,200 yards, but Ruggs is going to go in the first round. That dude can freaking run like the wind. Paul, the draft show is one day a week on Thursday, but you could also check the Trust the Tape podcast that Broadus and I are going to do on Wednesdays. And that'll give you 2 things a week to listen to. Delpit at 17, Rager in the second. I would take that all day, every day. A. Lavelle. Jeff, which safety do you think the I bet that's going to say Cowboys would take at 17. I really think there's only 2 candidates at safety, and neither one of them's perfect. It's Xavier McKinney and it's Grant Delpit. Those are the 2 safeties that I could see going in the first round. Because the next best one is either the Cal or the Utah kid, and they're not first rounders. All right, what else? What are you guys up to? What's happening? What are we doing? What are we up to? Oh, my phone battery's low. I couldn't stream from my laptop because I forgot the charger. At least I think I did. I texted Wolchuk and I said, grab my charger, and he said he didn't see it though. So maybe I just won't have a computer for a while. That would suck. Did you trade up for Simmons? Man, I'd trade everything for Simmons. Isaiah Simmons is a baller. That dude plays corner, safety, linebacker, edge, blitz up the middle. Isaiah Simmons is like, he is everything you want in a linebacker today. Everything you want. You're a nickel all the time, so you play him at one of your linebackers, play your weak side linebacker, and just let that dude run everywhere. Cover tight ends when you want him to, cover backs, rush the quarterback, tackle the running back, everywhere. Oh, excluding Judy and Lamb, which wideout would you wager has the most successful career? So, Henry Ruggs is the wild card, and I really like that speed because that sort of speed changes football games. The guy that nobody's talking about as a first rounder that's kind of Gallup-like to me so far, and that I watched him, and I'm a huge fan, and it seems like everybody else is like, oh yeah, he's okay, is Michael Pittman at USC. He's 6'3", 6'4", but he's a good route runner. He moves so much better than you think a guy that size would. He plucks the ball. He tracks the ball. I think Michael Pittman's a safe bet. Laviska Shenault, I wouldn't bet on him. I think he's high upside, though. He's just a monster after the catch. Jalen Rager. I guess I might go Pittman. He's the guy that strikes me as pretty safe. Vince Vaughn is